Hey guys, what's up? Thanks so much for joining. Good to see you on here, Dean. Yeah, Sunday Skin Chats. Thanks for joining, Jackson. So here, Skin Chats with a Skin Doctor. Do this every Sunday at noon. Thank you guys for joining. I'm happy to take questions, as you guys know. Talk about like all things skincare routines, layering products, applying products, some of my favorites. I can talk about my reviews of most products. I've tried a lot of stuff, so I appreciate you guys, and thank you, Sarah, for joining. Appreciate it. Yeah, so hope you guys are having a real good weekend. And I may try to stick to the most recent questions this time rather than trying to scroll a lot. Hey, Natalie, good to have you. Let's see if I can edit this. I was hoping I'd be able to read things a little bit better today on the chat box, but I might do a little modification here. I think I made it too big. So yeah, best. No, you're the best skincare with Ali. I think you're the best. Thank you guys. Let's see, font settings. We'll turn that down a touch because I can't read that. Maybe that'll do. We'll see. Hello, hey there. So kitchen and griller station, it's a bit hot. Can I still use vitamin C serum? Yeah, certainly. That's no problem. Sunscreens that aren't sticky. Elta MD UV Clear is the best. It's not sticky. It feels great. So you can definitely try that. I think you'll really like it. And then someone said they're from Zambia. Oh, cool. And then Martha's, hi there. Best procedure to remove spider veins, consequences of rosacea. You want to talk to a dermatologist and talk to them about a PDL laser that targets hemoglobin and help remove those vessels permanently, which is nice. Moisturizer with sunscreen. I use Regenerist, which I haven't personally used, but I think that the LTMD does have a moisturizing feel to it. There's a lot of good moisturizers with sunscreen out there. You could try the La Roche Posay Tolerian. I think it's double repair with moisturizer. That'd be a good one. We got checking in for grease. If you're pregnant, can you use any skincare? You got to be careful with what you use. I'd recommend sticking to things like azelaic acid, things like that. That's your safest bet. Oh, here we go. So Natalie, what's the best treatment for acne scars that left holes like in the face? Well, if they're the pinpoint type holes, Natalie, those are called ice pick scars. And there's a real cool procedure that you can get done in the office called TCA cross, or sometimes people use a chemical called phenol. And basically they put a little drop of that medicine in the tiny pinhole, and then that basically scars that down and it causes it to smooth out. So that's a good option for you, but a lot of things can help. Chemical peels can help. Chemical peels definitely can help, or resurfacing lasers. If it's more of rolling scars where it's just like a little divot, then you have to do other modalities, but you can try those things. Itchy skin, do have dark spots. Moisturization is the most important thing for itchy skin, but if you're looking for something with actual anti-itch, you could look up Sarna Sensitive. It's a really nice topical medication. It also has pramoxine in it, which kind of calms the itch nerves down. 2% sal acid toner, fine for sensitive oily skin. Absolutely. I think you can get by with that just fine. If you wanted to find a lower concentration salicylic acid, you could certainly do that. Natalie, you're welcome. No problem. Yeah, thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you guys. We're on Twitch right now. I'm on YouTube. One thing, while we got 80 people here, you guys are kind of crazy. I'm doing a giveaway right now of this Babe Lash eye conditioner and serum. The information's on my most recent YouTube video. I've got like 10 people that signed up for the giveaway, and I'm giving away to 10 different winners. These are like $60 a piece. I'm giving away 10 of them. So if you're interested in entering, go over to my latest YouTube video, check it out. It's real simple to get in it, but I'm going to be drawing on April 1st. So on top of that, over on my YouTube, I have a ton of videos that are like 3 to 5 minutes that go into things a little bit more in depth than I can often on TikTok. Very dark under eye circles, Natalie asks. For those, you got to just use a good eye cream, but you may want to consult with the dermatologist to see if under eye fillers would be a good option for you. Sometimes the hollowing under the eyes causes a shadow, and it's more of a light effect than actually having like a dark circle there. So my favorite is Neocutis eye cream. I think that's one of the best, but if you're looking for something affordable, then you could try the ordinary caffeine eye serum. Is rosehip oil, or is rosehip better than vitamin C, says Sahara? It is not. Vitamin C is much better than rosehip. Vitamin C is one of the best things you can do for your skin. Top 3 skincare recommendations. Is 27 too early for Botox? Sahara asks. Absolutely not. That's a great time to start. At that point, you can probably be doing a little prophylactic Botox, and you'd be preventing fine lines and wrinkles from forming, which would be really helpful. Sean asks, hey King, thanks man. Do you check your DMs on Instagram? Brother, I am like thousands behind, so there's probably no chance, unfortunately, I'll be able to see it. I see some DMs and sometimes I can respond, but it's just like too much, so I can't. I recommend asking questions in my comment sections, because then when I answer them, it can benefit everyone too. I know some issues are sensitive, but honestly, if you got a sensitive issue like that, it's better to see a doctor in person. So Dean says, Doc, Tretinoin is sold OTC where I live and it's really cheap here. Is it okay to start with 0.2? You want 0.025 instead of retinol with SPF and moisturizer. That's what I actually start most patients on. I prescribe more Tretinoin 0.025 than any other kind. So I think that's a perfect place to start. Just start slow, start with a pea-sized amount, and increase it to nightly as tolerated. Let's see. Reasonably priced vitamin C for an almost 42-year-old. You can check the link in my bio and go to my Amazon store. I have some of my favorite vitamin C's linked there. My favorite one, I would say, for that concern would be the Vichy vitamin C. It's about $30. It's really good. It's great concentration. It's not irritating, and it's combined with hyaluronic acid. So with that, it's also like very moisturizing and dewy. I'll show you here what I'm talking about. This is the Lift Active Vichy vitamin C, and it's a real nice option, and it's fairly affordable too. Okay, hey there, hi Vicky. Skincare for pregnancy for hormonal acne. You're kind of limited. Azoleic acid's about all you got. You can talk to the dermatologist, get some prescriptions, but you're pretty limited during that. Full face waxes sounds brutal. I don't think I'd do that. Dermaplaning, microblading for the skin. I mean, I think that's probably a little gentler. You could do it every 6 weeks or so to get rid of those tiny little villus hairs, make your makeup go on smooth and such. What's a good face mask just for cleansing and hydration? Well, I use face masks like a little bit differently. I'll use hyaluronic acid like the Neutrogena face mask just when I get dried out and stuff. There's a lot of cool like Korean beauty like mask and things like that. But I like just the ones with hydrating properties, and I only use them maybe once or twice a week. So Sean asks, do you know any products that can help light brown patches on the skin? I'm unsure of what they are, but I sent a photo over DM. I've noticed I got some on the side of my body over the months. Yeah, Sean, I think it's a complicated thing. A lot of things can cause dark spots in that. So I would actually recommend seeing a dermatologist, get a good diagnosis. Yeah, I would do that, because it's hard saying, could they be sunspots? They could. Could they be some other inflammatory thing that's caused some darkness to be left behind? Fungal acne on the forehead, just cards. So it's fairly uncommon. Sometimes it's itchy for people. I would recommend purchasing over-the-counter Nizoral Ketoconazole 1% shampoo, using that as a face wash a few times a week. It can be pretty drying on your skin, but that's a great treatment for the Melasma that causes fungal acne. What's the best way to use Tretinoin for fine lines? Shoe Girl asks. This is a real good question. So using Tretinoin for fine lines is one of the best things that you can do to prevent them and improve the appearance of them. So I would get your Tretinoin, I would start it only 3 nights per week, only using a pea-sized amount, and you want to apply it to your entire face. You want to be careful around your eyes and the corners of your mouth because they can get pretty dry and irritated pretty easily. So I'd be careful with that. But that's the best way to do it. You can put moisturizer on before or after. I like doing the Tretinoin first and then moisturizer after. If you're very sensitive, then you might want to. Beb's making pancakes, so she's working on that. Oh, thanks, love. Yeah, and cleaning a little bit. Thank you. So if you're really sensitive, you could do the moisturizer first, then the Tretinoin. That would help. Dr. Gross LED masks, they're expensive, but the reviews are good. I think all these products like that have a really nice vibe because you're sitting down for a second, you're putting this mask on your face, you're taking a break from the world for a moment. I have the Foreo UFO, which has a red LED on it as well, and it also has heat. So it does feel great on my skin. As far as is there great? I mean, there's probably some research out there showing this red light is helpful with anti-aging. You see it used in a lot of like popular plastic surgeon's office and things like that. So I think for me, it's the spa vibe of it. You're getting like a little bit of a spa experience at home, which I think is good. And so but I don't know that I recommend. I know some of them are quite expensive. So what are the cons of La Roche-Posay vitamin C? Well, for some people, I mean, it does have salicylic acid in it. So for some people, if you're really sensitive or dry, maybe that's not the best choice for you. The only other thing I'd say is that it is pretty heavily fragranced. Both the blue Hyal B5 serum and that orange vitamin C La Roche-Posay serum are fragranced. A lot of people don't have any trouble with that. There's very few people that, well, not very few, but a lot of people can tolerate fragrance just fine is what I'm trying to say. So that's not a bad thing for some people. So Dean says, thanks, Doc. You're the best. Any SPF and moisturizer recommendations for places with hot, humid weather? I mean, you probably want something light. It's hot and humid. So the La Roche-Posay Tolerian Ultra is a light moisturizer that you could use. The SPF, I mean, I'm such a fan of Elta MD UV Clear that I think that's the way to go. So I would use Elta MD UV Clear and try that. So yeah. And thank you so much for the nice comment. So I'm going back down to the bottom. Rex, please. Let's see. What's the best thing for dark spots on the face? Dana asked. Dana, one of the things you can try, I've been a real big fan of this recently, but this is Faded by a company called Topicals. It's a black-owned skincare brand with, you can see here, it's got like 5 or 6 different ingredients that are hyperpigmentation fighting. So you could definitely try this, and I think you'd really like it. So I would go with that. You only use it a few nights a week, and it's great. The downside of it, and everyone knows it, is that it doesn't smell great, but the smell goes away pretty fast. It smells a little bit to me like a perm a little bit. I get Faded because you recommended it. I want to see this. I really like it. So it's awesome to hear back. So that's coming in from, I'm trying to see the name here. It's on my mic. McConnon 28. So thanks so much for weighing in, because that's so important for everyone to hear, because I can sit here and make these recommendations, but I find a lot of people in the comments, they actually when they comment something, like another user just comments about an experience that they've had with a product, then it seems like a lot of the other viewers really are drawn to that. They trust that to see that someone else has liked it. I'm not just making a recommendation, based on whatever. I have tried almost, pretty much any of the products I recommend I've tried personally, but I really love when you guys weigh in on the things you've tried. And the thing about Faded is that it's so affordable. Like, ingredient profiles similar to this are so expensive comparatively. So I think that's really, really nice. So sunscreen for very dry skin, Elta MD UV Clear, that's what Dawn asked. And then Fade a piercing scar and left a dark spot. That's kind of tough. Maybe tincture of time really, and sunscreen is going to be the best thing. So over time. So So I'm gonna keep bugging you guys a little bit because I want a lot of people to get involved in this giveaway. But on YouTube, you can go to my most recent video. I'm giving away the Babe Lash Eyelash Serum and Conditioner on April 1st. There's gonna be 10 winners, so there's a lot of opportunities to win. If you check out my most recent video about actually spot treating pimples, you can enter. It takes like 2 seconds to enter. It's real easy. You just gotta like tag a friend, you know, typical contest online. So I would have you hop on and do that if you want. Thanks for sharing the live stream, guys. I appreciate it. Nanan, they're awesome. I live in Canada. It's really dry here. What's a good moisturizer for skin over 50? Candy Wrapper ask. I like either just regular old CeraVe, or you could try the La Roche-Posay Tolerian Double Repair, which is a nice thick moisturizer that feels great. So hair loss in females after COVID. So good question. I'm glad to hear that you're here and you've recovered from it. I'm double vaccinated. I'm hoping that everyone can get their vaccine soon. As far as hair loss, you know, a lot of it could be a process called telogen effluvium. When you get an illness or sickness or major injury, some people can experience hair loss for a few months after that, and sometimes it can be a little bit more persistent. Just, you know, you don't need to take any supplementation. Honestly, like, I don't even know, like using minoxidil and stuff. If you really want to get into that, it might help a little bit, but you know, it's going to be more of a time thing. It's not like vitamins or anything that you've done wrong, but you just had a serious illness and your body's kind of got to recover some. So, you know, there are plenty of things you can do. You can go to a dermatologist, you can get PRP, you know, things like that to kind of boost the growth factors that are on the hair follicle. So you could try those things. Let's see. Order of application. Order of application: hyaluronic acid, prebiotic serum, and retinol, please. Well, you'd probably do just fine for, what's that? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. The order of application for hyaluronic acid, probiotic serum, and retinol. So your serums you definitely want to do first. So you can honestly get away with the probiotic first or the hyaluronic acid. In this case, I'd probably go probiotic first, then the hyaluronic acid, and then retinol. So thank you guys for all the great questions. I'll try to get to as many as I can. Can you recommend something for hair loss after recovering from COVID? We just talked about that. You could see a doctor for PRP. You could potentially use minoxidil, which is available over the counter. Necessary to keep vitamin C on the fridge? It's not, but it can prolong the length of, you know, and preventing its oxidation. The giveaway is not worldwide. Red stretch marks can be treated with laser in the dermatology office. Is it possible to use self-tanner and not get dark spots back? So self-tanner doesn't really do anything for the dark spots themselves, so no. It can, of course, cover the dark spots up. If you're talking about having like darker colored spots in the areas of self-tanner, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but like if you think about like your knuckles and your elbows and your knees, these are areas where we have like thicker skin, and some of that self-tanning agent can like kind of build up there, and it can make it look more dark or more orange. So it's important to exfoliate. This is maybe one of the only times I'd recommend exfoliating physically with something like St. Ives. Like I've done some bodybuilding shows, and before I go get my spray tan, I literally go through and I exfoliate my elbows, my knees, and then a lot of people will put some lotion on it too before they get a spray tan, because you don't want to get that much buildup in those areas, or it'll look unnatural. So acne on the scalp recurring in the same spots. I would recommend trying something like this. This is CLN shampoo. It's formulated with hypochloric acid, and also it has salicylic acid in it. So you can use this to both treat any bacteria that are causing folliculitis, and then also it has salicylic acid in it. So and what I said, sorry, sodium hypochlorite. So it's like a very dilute bleach. So it's not harmful. It's really, honestly, very good for the skin. It's very gentle on the skin. But the salicylic acid and this can prevent getting those bumps. So show us the guns, Doc. Nah, can't show you the guns today. I'm thinking about doing another show in May, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it. But I do physique class, so I'm not the big giant bodybuilder. It's just the guys in the board shorts. So we got Essa says Rogaine. I've heard that for that can have side effects where it affects your libido or sexual function for men. Is it true? So Essa, so that's a really good question. So asking about basically libido, you're mentioning Rogaine. What you're actually meaning to talk about is a medicine called finasteride, which goes by the name Propecia. So it's also used for hair loss. It's a DHT blocker, so it's a strong version of testosterone, and it has been reported in a small fraction of men to cause erectile dysfunction. And some people who stopped it still had erectile dysfunction after becoming off the medicine. However, there's a very, very close tie with anxiety and depression in the people that also got erectile dysfunction. So, the question is it related to anxiety? Is it related to the depression? Is it related to the medicine? I think there's a rationale for it to be related to the medicine, given that DHT is a very strong testosterone, and testosterone and things definitely does affect our sex drive. So probably go down to the bottom here again. So yeah, make sure to check out my YouTube channel. 3 to 5 minute videos on a variety of topics. I'd love to have you guys subscribe over there. Best way you can support me. And while you're at it, make sure to look at my most recent video. I'm giving away, in a little under 2 weeks, I'm giving away 20 different serums and conditioners. So hop on there, make sure to register for the contest. You might be lucky. I've done like 4 or 5 giveaways. Everyone's been super happy with the giveaways, so I would hop on and check that out. Doc, is collagen supplements legit? Not really. There's not enough research for them. I was gifted some. It's by like Dose & Co. Dose & Co. I got distracted. Dose & Co. It's a Khloe Kardashian collaboration. So they gave it to me. It's bovine collagen, but it also has whey protein in it. So I've been just taking it for the whey. It's fine, but there's not a lot of great research for it. So when can we expect the podcast? You'd be great at Swole Speak. It would be a hit. Oh, I'm like, my bandwidth is like maxed out. I don't know if I can fit in a podcast too, but I appreciate it, EJT. So thank you. Turkey necks. We got CD Spark says grandmas have turkey necks. So I guess that's a normal thing for grandmas to have. How can we prevent it? You can use a good neck cream. Elastin makes some really nice products. This is the Elastin brand. They actually do make a neck cream, and you could try that. It's a really, really nice neck cream that you could use. For some people, when it starts to sag, you can get these things called PDO threads. It's probably best to look it up online, just see some pictures of it, but it's basically dissolvable threads. Some of them are barbed, so they actually can pull and lift the neck without like a major surgery. So that would be an option. What should I use on my face for sunscreen? Elta MD UV Clear. It's linked in my bio. Like all of my recommendations, if you just go to the link in my bio, go to my Amazon store, you can look through all kinds of different skincare problems. If you got acne, if you want just a basic anti-aging routine, if you want a vitamin C, I have all my favorites linked right there. Of course, I do get a small fraction of the sales, but I appreciate your support, so you can check that out. Let's see. Trying everything you talk about, but I don't have that glow. So peppermint, it does take time. None of this stuff happens fast. And the biggest thing is you got to look at yourself 10 years from now and look back, and you're going to, it's all about like the long term pretty much. So it's tough. Also for some people, like maybe going and get a little bit more aggressive things, like go maybe get a facial peel with a dermatologist, or maybe go get a laser. And that might be a nice option for you. CD Parks, you're welcome. OTC treatments for melasma. We've been talking about this a lot. This is Faded by the company called Topicals. I would try this out. It's only $30. It's got a lot of hyperpigmentation fighting ingredients in it. But for people with dark spots, you have got to wear great sunscreen every single day. If you don't, you'll never get better. SPF 30 to 50. And you have to also use a tinted version to protect yourself from visible light. Jiminy is going to check out the YouTube. Well, thank you. And Lily, thanks for weighing in. She says she loves Babe Lash. That's awesome to hear. Like I was talking a little bit earlier, but you gotta, you know, it's so important when like I make some recommendations, or if like there's a product I'm talking about. I love when you guys comment and tell about your experiences, because everyone in the comment section is really drawn to that. So I appreciate you guys saying that. So. Let's see. Best salicylic acid product, please. So for sal acid, one of my favorite washes is the Vichy. I think it's called Phytoderm. It's in a green bottle. It's a 0.5%. But otherwise, if you want to use just a regular sal acid, I believe, you know, the Inky List one is good. They also have a cleanser, though. They have a good cleanser, so... but those are really, really nice. Those are good for like big pores on the nose, blackheads, stuff like that. So thank you guys. Forehead lines, please help. For that, you need neuromodulator like Botox. I'm actually due for mine. We're gonna be doing cosmetic session in about 10 days, so get my Botox and get the smooth forehead back. Let's see. Farah says, can rosacea patch become melasma? Mine was red patch and now it's turning black. What can be done? So rosacea like is a little bit inflammatory. Anytime you have something inflammatory, it can become it. Maybe not directly melasma unless you've been taking like birth control or you become pregnant. You know, then you could have melasma and rosacea together. So that could be possible. But any inflammatory things. Any type of inflammatory things can leave dark marks for sure. So, is cosmetic cleanser safe for dehydrated? Is It Cosmetics cleanser safe for dehydrated to eczema? It does have a little bit of fragrance. It does have like a little bit of an almost a citrusy vibe to it. I think it's gentle enough for sure though to be used in dehydrated eczema skin. If your skin's really flared, I'd probably use something a little bit more gentle like Vanicream. But if your skin, you know, if you're not flared up, then I think it'd be just fine for you. Fine lines under the eyes, a good eye cream like Neocutis would be a good option for you. Sometimes there's a little roll under the eyes that sometimes can cause a wrinkle. We can do a drop of Botox there into what we call the jelly roll, just a little drop to kind of soften all those. Wrinkles on the sides of the eyes can be treated also with Botox. So that's a good question. Niagarcan discoloration behind the neck, not diabetic. Yeah, some people, you know, whether you don't have diagnosed diabetes or you don't have diabetes at all, do get acanthosis nigricans. It's that thick, dark neck that some people notice. It looks like your skin is thickened up and velvety. For that, you can use something like ammonium lactate. If you go to my Amazon store in the link in my bio, you can click there and go down to the section on keratosis pilaris. And in the keratosis pilaris section, it have good hydrating moisturizers that have gentle acids in it to help thin that skin and relieve the dark marks. So I think that would be a nice option for you. Is Botox okay for fine lines on the neck? It is. We do inject the platysma, which causes some of those lines on the neck. So that is safe. Some people have had, like if it's overdone or done incorrectly, some people have had some swallowing dysfunction after that because that neuromodulator can migrate, and in that case can weaken the muscles of swallowing. Keeping skincare in the fridge, is it worth it? I don't do it personally. I guess if you're using expensive, still good, babe. That's still good. No, really no. I don't personally do it. If I had one of those little mini skin fridges, I would definitely do it probably. But I'm not going to like make the trip to my refrigerator. If I was maybe, I don't know, do Skinceuticals want you to put stuff in the fridge? If I spent $166 on a vitamin C, I probably would. They're sending me the Silimarin. that they just released. So it has silymarin, I think it has ferulic acid, and it's also got salicylic acid in it. So I'm gonna be trying that product out soon. So good questions, good questions. For all the new people here, I'm on. Yes, I am a cat daddy indeed. So thank you so much. This was I don't know, I kind of commandeered this from the girlfriend. How did it even get here? Did you bring it over one time?
I brought it for some reason.
Oh yeah, she brought it. So I've kept it. Fridge is small enough for bathrooms if you have more than one outlet. Cool. Yeah, that'd be good. That's hilarious about the cat daddy thing. So what was I saying? I got sidetracked. The cat daddy statement. You guys got me. Oh, I was giving my pitch for all my channels. That's right. So I am on Twitch, and I'm on YouTube, and I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Instagram, and I'd appreciate if you follow me all those places. Right now, I think the best thing you can do is go over to the YouTube though. See, the YouTube is where I'm doing a big giveaway. So I got this Babe Lash eye conditioner and serum. This is like $110 worth of products. I'm giving away to 10 different people. So check it out. This is formulated to basically make your lashes appear longer and fuller. And I used it for 6 weeks. I think it helped. My eyebrows are a little bit thin, and you can use it on your eyebrows too. So I'm going to be trying that next for a while and see how it does. So I got literally 20 boxes of these to give away. So please go to YouTube. Make sure to get onto the YouTube channel and register for this, because I'm drawing on April 1st and get those shipped out to you guys. So it's probably the biggest giveaway I've done. I've given away, $300 worth of skincare before. This is probably closer to $500 or $600 value. And here we got Gina. It says she's tried Babe Lash before and it works. See, I'm so happy to hear it. Oh my God, there you go. Lily Kim says it works. So, I'm giving it away. So go over there and go ahead there and register for that. So P. Kim, any thoughts on the use of jojoba oil and tea tree oil for acne? So tea tree oil does have a little bit of research for being anti-inflammatory for acne, but it's not a main go-to for me. And then Catherine says, I'm doing posing coach for 2 teenagers, men's bodybuilding, classic physique. One of the guys had bad facial acne and looking good for products to clear him up before his contest on May 8th. So Catherine, I'm going to throw in the chat here. Well, you're actually on YouTube, so I don't think I can chat to you there. But what I want you to do is just go to the link in my bio, go to the Amazon store, click on acne. There's an acne regimen there that's great. What you're going to want to do for them is get benzoyl peroxide 4% cleanser from CeraVe. And then at bedtime, you're going to want to use La Roche-Posay adapalene. It can be challenging. They're teenagers. I don't know if they're using testosterone and things like that too, but it's going to be really challenging while you're on testosterone. You can definitely get more acne. So, but yeah, it's good to have good skin going into a show, so it's not distracting. So I think I would try that. Good for white stretch marks. For that, you need to do, basically do adapalene. Sometimes microneedling or lasers can help, but it's a real hard problem to treat. So I can't really promise you that that's gonna help you there. How do you, product burn on the cheek? It doesn't seem to be healing. Pretty much, if depending on how long it's been there. If it's been there over 3 weeks, go see a dermatologist. But basically, Vaseline would be a good option for you. For rosacea, please. Mama says, switch to Vanicream products, VA&I cream products, developed near Mayo Clinic, and they're the gentlest thing you can do, and you want to use a great sunscreen every single day. So PChem, despite me getting all these products back here, I don't really try a bunch all at once, but I just take it easy. I've actually only had one thing really break me out bad, and I'm pretty sure it was the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser. It seemed like it broke me out bad. Should I stop Retin-A on inflamed rosacea? Yeah, you should probably back off at least. Is Retin-A not safe if you're trying to conceive? Yeah, I would stop the Retin-A if you're thinking you're going to have a kiddo or you're breastfeeding. It's not safe to use in that. Antibiotics and retinaldehyde. Let's see, I missed that here. Retinol, it caused me texture on the face. I've never had. Could it be purging? It could be purging, or it could be skin dryness. And how do I find your products in Amazon? So you just click the link in my TikTok bio, and then on my link tree, there's a link to my Amazon store directly. It's super easy. So you can just do that. Thank you. You're very welcome, Chaz. Hope that the beautiful FCTR dual probiotic serum will help my rosacea. Yeah, I hope so for you. You know, sunscreen's good. If redness is your concern, you can get laser for that. And then if you're having bumps and stuff, things like azelaic acid or prescription products like metronidazole can help. So Mimi says she would love to try the lash product because I have an underactive thyroid, so my lashes and eyebrows grow very slowly. Cool. Yeah, that would be great. You'd be a great person to try it out. P. Kim says the Effaclar benzoyl peroxide 5.5 burns. Does that mean I should stop using the product? It's a normal reaction. Some irritation is common. Maybe after you apply it, let it sink in about a minute or two, and then apply moisturizer over it. That's oil-free and non-comedogenic. That Effaclar benzoyl peroxide 5.5% also has alpha hydroxy acids in it. So that's one of the reasons that it probably irritates a bit more than you'd expect for a 5.5% benzoyl peroxide cleanser. Okay, Natalie also had that because her thyroid attacked her hair growth. So yeah, I think you guys could both benefit from it, and I'd love for you guys to enter, and maybe you'll win. So yeah, love giving that. You're welcome. Husband has some dark spots. Can you use vitamin C with tretinoin? Yes, you can. Use vitamin C in the morning, tretinoin at bedtime. Constant buildup of the scalp. Sometimes it's seborrheic dermatitis, which is a dandruff variant, or it could even be. Can you develop So the buildup on the scalp. Try CLN salicylic acid shampoo. This is awesome, and it helps dissolve the buildup. So what's it say? D the man. Can you develop bacterial resistance to prolonged hypochlorous use? You cannot. So it's basically like bleach. So it literally destroys the bacteria kind of chemically, but physically it's not working like an antibiotic. So you will not. But yeah, thanks so much for popping in. So let's see what we got. Nose pores help. So I did do a recent YouTube video on that exact topic, nose pores or sebaceous filaments, with some really, really nice recommendations for that. But it basically comes down to using, like a beta hydroxy acid that's going to get down into the pores to kind of soften up those plugs. And then I like using like a silicone cleansing brush to rub my nose gently. So I would try that out. But I have a lot of different recommendations on that YouTube video, so I would check that out. Yeah, and then you're welcome. And then Catherine asked a good question about Babe Lash, about how it compares to Latisse. So Latisse is a prescription product, which means it had to undergo rigorous testing, it had to be approved by the FDA. It's kind of proven to be a growth serum itself, where Babe Lash is more focused on making your lashes appear longer and fuller over time. So I would, it's not like this is not a prescription medication. It's available over the counter. I haven't personally used Latisse, but I would certainly prescribe it. I feel like with Latisse too, there are some risks that can sometimes bother people. It can actually cause you to get pigmentation within your eye. So say you got light colored eyes, you can get almost like a more brown pigmentation of your eye. That can be irreversible. So that's something that can happen that the Babe Lash doesn't really have that risk. So in that regard, it's a little bit safer too. Affordable vitamin C. My favorite affordable vitamin C is Vichy. It's this one. It's linked in my bio. You can try that out. It's a great concentration. It's 15% L-ascorbic acid, which is the most stable form of vitamin C. So you could definitely try that, and it's great. Why not Skinceuticals? I love Skinceuticals. Right now I'm using Obagi, but if someone said what's the best vitamin C, I would say Skinceuticals. But if someone's like, hey, I'm doing it on a budget, Vichy is there. It's awesome. Thoughts on the line Naturum? I haven't personally used any of their products. I don't know what happened. Maybe I just wasn't on social media that much, but when it launched, originally launched, I know there was some kind of drama that happened with the company, but yeah, I agree. You guys are, shouting out Vichy's the best. I totally agree. I love it because they still do research for their products. You get like the research of a premium skincare company like Skinceuticals. There's science behind it. The products are like very affordable and accessible. They're all really nice. They got some of their packaging and stuff is incredibly detailed. They address the things that most dermatologists and skin doctors would be interested in, like keeping some products oil-free, non-comedogenic, fragrance-free. They do really good with all of those things. So, yeah. So that, let's see. Why is the Vichy vitamin C so dark? Is that normal? Yeah, I mean, there can be some variability. I wouldn't worry about it. What should I use after Accutane? I'm so lost. I don't know what to do because I'm getting acne again. I would just go back to, the thing about after coming off Accutane is any of the acne treatments that you had tried in the past will work much better now than they did the first time you tried them. So I would go back to CeraVe, CeraVe 4% benzoyl peroxide cleanser in the morning, and then your adapalene La Roche Posay adapalene at bedtime, and then get started on that. I hate to hear that you're having breakouts again. What do you do for acne breakouts? That exact same thing I just said. So the CeraVe 4% benzoyl peroxide cleanser, and then best toner for sensitive skin. Most toners I don't recommend, so I don't think you really need to do it. You have sensitive skin. Some of the toners I tend to recommend are ones with active acids in it, like beta hydroxy acids and alpha hydroxy acids. If you got sensitive skin, I wouldn't really recommend doing that anyway. So I would just avoid toners altogether, simplify your skincare routine, and save yourself a little bit of money. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining. I hate to, if I'm nagging the people that have been here for a minute, but on my YouTube right now, doing a giveaway, Babe Lash Eye Conditioner and Serum. It can be used on the lashes. It can be used on the eyebrows to create a longer, fuller look. So I'm giving this away. This is about like $110 value, and I'm giving it away to 10 different people. So I would check that out. So hop over there and make sure to register. It's super easy. I'm going to draw it on April 1st, so not too far out from now. Vitamin C for dark spots on the face is a great option. It's good for two reasons. One, because the vitamin C itself may lessen the dark spots, but on the other hand, when you use vitamin C under your sunscreen, it's actually photoprotective, so you actually get increased benefit from your sunscreen. When they do studies of people that applied vitamin C and sunscreen and no vitamin C, you can see that people actually burn more when they don't have the vitamin C on. So it's important to do. It's not a replacement for sunscreen, but that can help. What can I help with large pores? Check out my YouTube channel. I just did a video on that. And then Deb asked, is the use of sal acid cleanser followed by BHA for clogged nose pores safe to use? And can we follow that with vitamin C? So, salicylic acid is a beta hydroxy acid. So I would probably personally just do one or the other, because if you use both of them, either one individually can be irritating. So if you're using them back to back, your skin's probably already a little bit irritated. So that can be a challenge. I would probably just pick one, and then vitamin C after you wash. You can use vitamin C. Yeah, that's fine. You don't need to wash your face. You can actually just apply it. That's fine. Thanks, love. Best product for uneven skin tone. So let's see. So we got a few good questions here. So best products for uneven skin tone, sensitive skin. So it's kind of in a challenge. Maybe what you could do is maybe like work in an alpha hydroxy acid at bedtime. So look at maybe your glycolic acid toner or something like that. Give it some time. Maybe you want to see a dermatologist in person and get an actual medical grade facial peel that can kind of help lighten those spots and even at your pigment. How quick does Dysport set in? I'd say I tell people, like, basically at 2 weeks, you're going to see your maximum result. You may feel your heaviest then. You may feel the muscles are the weakest at 2 weeks. But some people notice it onset within 3 to 7 days. So, yeah, so you can try that. It's my understanding that there's not a lot of research on African Americans and sunscreen. You know, you're probably right. You know, the darker colored skin types definitely have a much lower risk of skin cancers, especially the non-melanoma skin cancers, which are mostly caused by the sun. They can develop troublesome acral melanomas, which are on the feet and on the hands. And unfortunately, the skin cancers that are caught in people with darker skin types tends to be much more aggressive. It's later stage. You can imagine it's harder to spot a pigmented dark lesion on darker colored skin. But they can be very dangerous. So there does need to be more research done. Fortunately, it's very common now. Anyone you talk to, everyone's on board that darker skin types also need to be using sunscreen every single day. So that's definitely agreed upon. But yeah, there's not probably as much research on that. So, what's the best for dark spots on the dark acne spots on the face to be gone? I would use a La Roche-Posay adapalene at bedtime, and then give it a few months to improve. I have dark spots on my chin, both sides of my mouth help. Good sunscreen every single day. The adapalene, as I said just now, would help that. I have some larger pores. I want to help get them smaller. Check out my YouTube video on that. I have a pores in the nose video. Can I use vitamin C and sunscreen the same? Yeah, they're the best when used together. So you want to put your vitamin C on first and then apply your sunscreen. Best hyaluronic acid serum. My favorite is the Vichy Mineral 89. It's awesome. It's affordable. And it's not irritating. Any body, any skin type can benefit from this. I like it best when it's a little humid out in the spring and summer. It's not as nice in the winter time. Can I use La Roche-Posay toner with azelaic acid? I actually don't know what's in the La Roche-Posay toner. I haven't used that one, so please feel free to hop over and check me out on Twitch, YouTube. All the links to my social media profiles are in my bio on TikTok. If you just click the link, you can access them all there. And remember, my Amazon store is linked there too. And on my Amazon store, you can just click by skin problems. So you got keratosis pilaris, you got rough and bumpy skin. You're wanting to use, if you're wanting to use like some acne treatment, all that's linked there. And thanks so much, DG, appreciate it. Are La Roche-Posay and Different the best OTC retinols? Yes, they are. They're retinoids technically, but yes. What's the best order for vitamin C and hydroquinone? Which one comes first? So hydroquinone, typically comes in a cream in my experience. So I do the vitamin C, then the hydroquinone. What's the best cream to use under the eyes? I tend to have puffiness. If you're looking for cheap, you can try the ordinary caffeine eye serum. If you're looking for the most premium, then you could use Neocutis. Bought the ordinary 23%. Can I use low dose retinol? Which first? Okay, very good. Good questions. What hyaluronic acid serum do you recommend? So we just said that. The vitamin C, the Vichy Mineral 89. Get my V's confused. Vichy Mineral 89. Salicylic acid but plus glycolic acid toner with azelaic acid. It can be a little irritating though, so be careful about that. I use hydroquinone when I stop, the marks come back. Why? So most hyperpigmentation concerns, especially with melasma, are not really cured, they're treated. So if you're not using an exceptional sunscreen every single day, then the dark spots will certainly come back 100% of the time. So you have to apply a sunscreen every day. Once you get a burn, once you get UV exposure on your face, the dark spots are going to flare back up. White spots after pimples, you're going to probably have to let the time fade those and get them back to normal. Make sure not to pick or scratch at them, because that can be that can like end up leading to scarring. So I wouldn't do that. Let's see. Barton says, what's your take on Botox? It's one of the greatest treatments. It's been used for a long time, since like the 80s. Super safe. Go see a dermatologist. You're scared of eyelid drooping. The fancy term for that is called ptosis. And if you're with an experienced injector, it's going to be very unlikely to occur. It can occur though. So, you know, if some minimal eyelid drooping can be helped actually with prescription drops that we can give you. But if some of these videos that have been trending lately on TikTok, things like that, you can't really do much about. You're going to have to literally give it time to fade away. So, but it's not permanent. And again, see an experienced injector, see a dermatologist, have them inject if you can. Don't go get the Groupon Botox at some med spa that the people aren't even trained. You know, I mean, that's your riskiest bet. I do recommend using hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, before vitamin C every day. I like it. I don't have it on my skin today. Actually, right now, today, all I have on my skin right now is Obagi Elastoderm, and it definitely gives you like a glowy. Some people, I think it might be too shiny, but I like it. You know, I feel hydrated. I feel dewy. So that's all I got on my skin today. I like hyaluronic acid most in the spring and the summer months. Hi, I have reddish, pinkish stuff on my left arm. What is it? I can't do that, and I can't accept pictures. I'm sorry, I can't accept pictures, and I'd see a dermatologist in person. If it's rough bumps that you've had for a long time, it could be keratosis pilaris. Someone asked, is it safe to use during pregnancy? I don't know what exactly you're talking about. Do you apply primer after serum and moisturizer? Primer after serum and moisturizer, but before sunscreen, or primer first? So I'm not a makeup expert. Yeah, I imagine you'd have to apply your primer after your serum and moisturizer. Yeah, I would think you'd have to do that. Yeah, but maybe I mean, most of my audience is women, so maybe you guys can ring in on that. You want to ring in on that? Let me know. Primer. I mean, you got to do, I imagine, your serum, your moisturizer, then your primer, then your makeup. How to deal with folliculitis near the eyebrows? I would just use a good acne cleanser like salicylic acid. Can you please show me what you have on your face now? Babe, can you get that Elastoderm? Thank you. I'll show you guys what I got on my face right now. I just washed my face this morning with CeraVe Cream to Foam Cleanser. And then, thank you, love. And then this is what I have. So it's by Obagi. It's, they make really, really great skincare products. And this is called Elastoderm. And it's kind of weird. I was actually skeptical at first because I'm like, oh, it's got magnesium in it. You know, it was like, they weren't touting like too many like great active ingredients, but they're like, oh, it's got magnesium in it. And I'm like, well, okay. And then I tried it on my skin, and now it's like probably my favorite product from their product line. It feels so good. It does have like a really pleasant fragrance to it. So some of these premium skincare brands, even though they do the research, they're dermatologists, you know, like they do go ahead and put fragrance in it because they realize like not too many people are sensitive to fragrances. And when you put it on a fragrance product, you feel like you're doing something a little bit, like you can tell. And sometimes putting on a boring product is a little bit unrewarding, especially when you paid, you know, $100+ for it. Although we know if someone came in and they have eczema or something on their face, like I'm not going to recommend they put fragrance products on it. But for me, it works. It's great. I love it. So, yeah. So I hope that helps. Yeah. So, you guys make sure to go by the YouTube channel, check my most recent video. I'm doing a giveaway. So please go check that out. It's on Babe Lash eye conditioner and serum. They're really cool. They help make your eyelashes appear longer and fuller. I'll show you if I can get one out here. So you can use it on the eye. This guy is like trapped in there. You can use it on your eyelashes or eyebrows. Well secured. This packaging is quality. So you guys can. I'm giving away 20 of these. So these are like I think about $45 or $55 a piece, and I'm giving away 10. So I hope that you guys will check it out. I woke up like this. It's cool. So yeah, check it out. It's easy to register. Just check my most recent my YouTube video. Just check that out. And I'm drawing the winner on April 1st. So I hope, all you guys win. So Julie asked, very dark under eye circles. I would use Neocutis. Look up Neocutis brand. They got real nice eye serums, peptide technology. Summer says Babe Lash is awesome. Been using it for years. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad that you like it. And we've been talking about how thankful we are for people that like give feedback, that have used it personally, and the audience too, because people love that. So, and Julie, I hope that helps you. If you want to do things, if you want to do things more affordably, you can look at the Ordinary Caffeine Eye Serum. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. YouTube, link in my TikTok bio, or you can just search SwoleMD on YouTube. You'll find me. My most recent video, I'm doing the giveaway for the Babe Lash Serum. And I'm doing the drawing on April 1st. So, and I always do live Sundays at noon. I post new videos on YouTube every Thursday at 7 p.m. And then I usually do TikToks like every day. So I would check that out. I'm in Indiana, but I'm not seeing new patients until September. So, yeah, so I hope you guys get involved with that. To enter that drawing, it's super easy. So come check it out. I appreciate you guys. I got to go for now. It's been an hour. I love doing this with you guys. So 12 Sundays, join. Thanks for all the great questions. You guys are awesome. Please go over to YouTube. Make sure to register for the contest. And you're not really registering for anything. You're not like putting in your information. You're just literally going through a few steps. So on the social media platforms. So I appreciate you guys so much. I hope that you guys have a great Sunday and a great week this upcoming week. So thank you guys.